Good morning, my little pumpkins. Everybody's a pumpkin, whether you're Mrs. Stewart's students or my students, you all are pumpkins. This morning, I'm going to be talking about and doing a little bit of review for infinitive phrases. And I just kind of want to touch on a little bit and I'm going to guys have you write some things in the corner, why it is so important to understand these phrase types. I'm going to put it in three little letters for you. For the ACT, one of the most commonly given questions is going to be called the misplaced modifier question. And that means that a modifier is put in the wrong spot and it's modifying or describing the wrong thing. Ooh, my pen's not working. Use my black one instead. Whether that's the verb or the subject or the predicate adjective, predicate nominative. So it's really, really important to understand what the phrase types change or describe what part. And so I know it seems like, why are we diagramming? Why are we doing this? I promise you, once you see an ACT multiple choice question and it asks you about modification, it is so, so important to understand. So just bear with us. We do know what we're talking about, maybe a little. So just everything's going to be great. Okay, so remember, an infinitive phrase is going to be the unconjugated form of a verb. So those who are taking Spanish, my German people, I'm not nearly as familiar, so I apologize. You're going to see in Spanish this idea of caminar. It's not been changed or anything, which means to walk. So it's the same thing in English. This to walk idea is going to be that infinitive phrase. It has not been conjugated. It's not in any particular tense. We don't know if it's plural or singular. It is just there. So, and we see this a lot and it's a modifier, it's changing something, it's talking about an adjective, it's talking about the subject, it's talking about a noun, or it can act like that too. So, under characteristics of an infinitive phrases are just kind of special. They can act like nouns, so they can be a direct object, or a subject, or they can act as an adjective. So they can be an adverb, which means it's going to go under, I'm doing a double parentheses, under the line, under the verb, or an adjective. So it can go under the subject, under the direct object. It can go under any of those. So they are very, very special and they can be very confusing. For a direct object or a subject, it's going to answer the question what? What is it doing? What is being loved? It's going to answer what? For an adverb, it's going to answer where, when, how. And then for an adjective, you're going to see the same thing. How, what, and so on. Okay? These should be review. So when you are doing these, just remember, if it is being verbed, so the verb is actually acting on it, it's probably going to be acting as a noun, whether as a subject or a direct object. If it is if it's the describing or describing something, it's going to probably be an adjective or an adverb. I know these are confusing, but you guys honestly have done a really great job doing that, and I've been really really impressed. So, and I know Mrs. Stewart has too. So just don't worry about it. Take a breath. You got this. All right. So my family hopes to fly to Orlando. Okay. So the subject of this is going to be my family, or just family, not mine. Mine's a modifier. My verb is going to be hopes. To fly is going to be that infinitive, so I'm putting it in brackets and I'm putting infinitive above it. And then to Orlando is going to be the oop to my poop, so it's going to be a prepositional phrase. That's a noun and that's a verb. That's how you tell the difference. Okay? Noun, prepositional phrase. Verb, infinitive. So we have to figure out what question is that infinitive phrase asking. Well, in this case, it's telling me what I hope. So, because it's answering what, it is going to be acting as the direct object because we already have a subject, so it's process of elimination. So we have family, and then I'm going to put all the modifiers in black just so we're clear. And you're going to put my. Then what you are going to do is you're going to put hopes. So we know that's the verb. And so then you're going to do just like you would do for a direct object. You're going to put it on stilts. And remember, you got to have your little tail thing. To fly. Okay, so where does this prepositional phrase go? Well, it's telling me where I want to not just hope to fly, but where I want to fly. So it's going to go under fly. Make sure what's really important is the fact that you do not add a tail to that because a tail shows infinitive and a non-tail shows prepositional phrase. So tail, infinitive, no tail, prep phrase. Okay? Good, guys. This should be a review, and you guys should be really good at doing this, so don't stress out. All right. Jennifer has many ways to fix her hair. So let's go ahead and do this. Our subject is going to be Jennifer. Has is going to be our verb. Okay, so here's where it gets all crazy. What does she have? Blah, blah, blah. What does she have? Ways. So it's going to be the direct object. So we know that the infinitive is not a direct object. So then to fix is going to be your infinitive. And then her hair, this is where we get crazy. We've talked about this a little bit. This is going to be the direct object of the infinitive. Okay? So we need to figure out first, where's to fix going to go? Is it going to go under Jennifer, or is it going to go under ways? So Jennifer has many ways. To fix is telling me to fix is telling me what ways she has. So this is answering what. So this is going to actually go under the direct object. It is acting as an adjective. It would be almost like just saying she has beautiful ways. No, she has ways to fix her hair. It's describing that direct object. So let's go ahead and diagram that. So we have Jennifer. If there's a Jennifer watching this, I'm going to spell your name wrong. I'm sorry. Has ways. Okay, and then many is going to go under ways. It's acting as a modifier. And then our infinitive is going to go right here. Okay, because this is a direct object of the infinitive, you're going to put a line right there, and you're going to put it right there, and then her there. I know, it's getting crazy. So, we're going to do one more. Go ahead and flip your paper over. And we're gonna do the Miss Bloom one. So Miss Bloom walks her dog to help pollution. So the subject is Miss Bloom, and if anyone knows, this is totally true. The verb is to walks, and then we do have a direct object because it's what's being walked. Then we have an infinitive, and then pollution is going to be a direct object of the infinitive. Anytime you have a noun next to the infinitive, just count on it being the direct object of the infinitive. So let's go ahead and take this puppy apart. You're going to keep Miss Bloom together because that is a proper noun. You're going to have walks, dog. Okay. So we need to decide where to help is going to go. It's not describing the dog. It's not telling me any information about the dog. It's actually telling me why she's walking. So it's going to go under walks. It's answering the question why. Just like that. Remember, you have to, and actually I'm going to add that because I totally forgot. Go back up to the top of your paper, just add why. I forgot that one. That's what happens when you are coffee deprived. So, you guys should be good with these. So, what you're going to do is this question about Mrs. Carlton, who Mrs. Carlton is one of Miss Bloom's best friends. She's a teacher at Amelia High School, and she actually is a yearbook advisor. So, you're going to go ahead and you're going to do this one. You're going to diagram it and label. Make sure in the upload spot on Schoology, please write the parts. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. Go grammar, and we're going to do some fantastic infinitives tomorrow. You guys rock my world. I think there's like 70 juniors, so you guys are all amazing. All right, enjoy your morning.